Well, Redcliffe meets South for the A-grade grand final, the Winfield Cup, the climax of the 1981 Premiership. A very hot day today at Lang Park, and this firstly makes you wonder how this heat will affect the big men, especially 36-year-old Redcliffe captain coach Arthur Beetson. It's a nostalgic return for Big Artie, 16 years since he last won a premiership for Redcliffe here at Lang Park. But for Souths, it's even longer, 28 years since Mick Crocker's Magpies last took out a premiership for Souths. What's more, Bob McCarthy's team has lost the last two grand finals, under Wayne Bennett to Valleys in 1979 and last year under Bobby McCarthy very narrowly to Norths. Looking at the two sides, they're unchanged. Firstly, Redcliffe. And whilst the veterans Bunny Pearce, Tony Obst and Arthur Beetson will face their pressure from the hot conditions, the youngsters, 19-year-old Trevor Benson and later Atoy and 20-year-old Steve Bleakley, will find nerves their greatest enemy. Souths, and for them, 7 of their starting lineup played in last year's grand final, so they have the advantage of that experience. The big test, however, will be in the front row, where the Higgs brothers will be hard-pressed by their bigger Redcliffe opponents. The referee, 44-year-old Stan Scamp, has declared this will be his last match. There's an enormous crowd here today, and of course the atmosphere is electric. I feel that scrum possession will play a big part in deciding who will win this game, and of course this is where Redcliffe had the big advantage over South the last time they met. Now, on that occasion, in fact, Redcliffe won the first 6 scrums and at one stage led 8-1, and they had the game shot to bits. But don't forget last week that South had a very convincing win over Wynnum Manly, winning only half the ball. I'm going to tip that South's smaller men will be a little bit faster. They'll pressure the bigger and slower Redcliffe forwards into error and pave the way for victory through Meninga, Aspel and company. But no doubt David Wright has other ideas.
Well, Peter, it's attitude that wins grand finals, that fear of losing that really brings out the best in the players. We've got the best 2 defensive sides out there today, the commitment of a grand final, and that adds up to me to be a low-scoring match. Tactics, well, Redcliffe's won't change. They worked for them 2 weeks ago. South will change. They'll use Sully on the wide rucks, and they're sure to kick more in general play. I'll also be very surprised if we don't see it all in brawl early. We haven't seen a big match yet when Arthur Beetson's been involved that hasn't erupted in the early minutes. But the match itself, well, South, they seem to have a number of trumps to me. They've been the underdogs. They've done particularly well in the last few matches. They know exactly what Redcliffe are going to do. Their players are in top form. Their best players, Meninga, Astle and Field, are in top form. But I think Redcliffe have got the #1 trump. They've got Arthur Beetson. Beetson stands between South and the premiership, and there's been some of the best players in the world tried to contain and curtail Arthur Beetson without much success. I can't see South doing that today, so it's Beetson to win it for Redcliffe.
And Bunny Pearce is given the honour of leading out the Redcliffe side, and why not? The 34-year-old veteran will be playing his last game today. It's his 150th A-grade game for Redcliffe. He was a former timber inspector at Jimna, 130 kilometres away from Redcliffe, and made the trip, the 260-kilometre trip, 3 times a week to come down to training. And Bunny Pearce played 8 times for Queensland. This is his last game, and what a great servant of the game he's been for Redcliffe. Also Tony Obst, one of the veterans of the side, playing his 235th game today. The former state centre playing in the second row, 31 years of age, one of the key figures today for the Dolphins. The crowd today absolutely buzzing with excitement. You can see the packed outer stand there. Probably close to 30,000 people. It's very hot, but nevertheless they're enjoying the sunshine. The atmosphere is electric at the moment, and South's just about to come out. You can see the banner up on the grandstand, Super Souths, and just down in front is another one there that they'll be running through. And leading them out will be Bruce Aspel, their skipper, I'd say. Yes, Bruce Aspel, captain of the Magpies, possibly playing his last grand final today too. He's hinted that this may be his last season. And look at him, he's psyched up. You can hear him talking to the crowd, talking to the players. And these Souths players may be smaller in stature, but they're big in heart. And Bruce Aspel and Bob McCarthy have them fired up today. Look at them geeing themselves up. And so we're ready for the kick-off in the 1981 grand final. Stan Scamp, the referee, has blown the whistle, and the game is underway. A good deep kick goes to Mick Waller. Put down just inside the quarter. And remember, for Stan Scamp, this is his first A-grade grand final and his last. He said that he's giving the game away, hanging up his whistle at the age of 44. And there's the tactics. The kick early by Obst. Mick Reardon. Oh, a little bit of nerves. It's gone into touch, under pressure.
Well, there's plenty of pressure and plenty of tension out there for all these players. I don't think I've seen two sides come out there more intense and more fired up for this match. And even when Obst got that ball away, Higgs was ready to have a go at him.
Now let's see what happens. There could be a flare-up early in the game. We saw yesterday, Greg Hartley talked to both teams, but look at that drive from Redcliffe. That could be very telling early in the game. Significant that they've won the first scrum. But look at the tackling from Souths, and that could be the story of the day too. Meninga. Can the smaller Souths players bustle Redcliffe into error? That's the story. Higgs. Hit by a crunching tackle from the flying Garbo, Vic Ty, and he's given away a penalty.
Stan Scamp will have his work cut out for him here, and he'll need to issue a few cautions, because these players are really ready for this match. I don't think I've seen South in this mood for a long time. They've often been criticised for not being completely involved in a match. Let's have a look at this again as Higgs comes flying across this blind side, and over the top comes Ty. That was worthy of a penalty. That wasn't what the penalty was for, because Ty carried on after that and eventually got the penalty.
So the second kick taken. Argyris stands up, gives it back to Astle. Bruce Astle has been a tower of strength for the South side this season, particularly in the finals. Higgs. These two Higgs boys only 80 kilograms against Beetson, who's 107 kilograms, and Griffiths, who's 95. Argyris, Sully, beautiful pass to Spencer, but a brick wall of defence. Griffiths was there, so too was Mick Waller. Phelan, the Rothmans gold medalist for 1981. And the tackler over the top with the Rothmans gold medalist last year, Tony Obst. Sully, Harry, Meninga on the burst. Look at him hit that pass. But good defence to stop that big fellow in full flight. One tackle to go. Daryl Higgs. Good play from South. They've held the ball for 6. We'll have the scrum. Again, Redcliffe pushing South back, but they've got the strike. Billy Johnston striking much quicker. And the touch judge is coming onto the field from this side. Must have been an incident on this side of the scrum. So the referee will have to blow the whistle, and the touch judge also coming on the other side to indicate that the first touch judge was on, and Stan Scamp has to hear the report. So the first opportunity in the game for Redcliffe to put points on the board. Bunny Pearce, a 32-metre kick. He's hit it out to the right. It's coming back, and there's first blood in the grand final. Redcliffe 2, South 0. Meninga's restart is a bad one, out in the full. And just going back to that penalty, it was awarded from a scrum, but it was for foul play. The punch was thrown by Daryl Higgs, and therefore it wasn't a differential penalty. Stan Scamp, the 44-year-old carrying contractor, the boy from the bush who was awarded this game after Eddie Ward had declined the opportunity of refereeing his 4th consecutive A-grade Brisbane Grand Final because of a difference of opinion between the referees appointments board and the Brisbane division. The kick by Obst finds touch, but only gaining a metre. Let's see what these Redcliffe forwards can do. Abbott, Beetson, a set move, and eventually they don't gain any ground. Put down is Pearce on the halfway line. Griffiths. Taken low by Adrian Higgs. Abbott. Younger brother of John Abbott, the former Easts player and coach, and Hubie, who was manager of the French team this season. Part. Oh, bad pass from Colin Part. He passed it to Pearce, who was well marked already. Scrum's going to South 3-1. It's 3-2 now. Bunny Pearce. Good positional play by Trevor Benson. Ty. We saw Ian Tiney run out with Bunny Pearce, an indication that that perhaps could be his last appearance at Lang Park. He's a fresh reserve. The ball's been lost and knocked on by Bob Abbott. But to mark the great career of Ian Tiney, 33 years of age, and Bunny Pearce at 34, both retiring at the end of this season. Penalty to South. Incorrect feed by the halfback Colin Part. They can't kick the goal this time. Brad Sully. Not a bad kick. Going for accuracy rather than distance. Now the chance for the Magpies. Can they score the first try? Thompson. Billy Johnston. Daryl Higgs. Oh, he's muffed that one. Adrian it was. Daryl clearing up his brother's mistake. But he was standing very wide then, Dave. Seemed silly to me.
Yeah, mistakes coming from South in vital positions. They must hold the ball, and when they've got good attacking ball like that, the opportunities won't come.
Redcliffe easily pushing South's back that time. And South's getting the penalty against Redcliffe, collapsing the scrum. They've taken the tap. A floated pass to Thompson. He's in. No, the referee's blown the whistle.
Forward pass. The ball's gone forward. Stan Scamp has ruled it, and not an offside play, just a ball going forward. Here it is again. Quick tap here from Sully. Good thinking from Sully. And good position also there from Billy Johnson to get up out of the scrum. Over the ball goes, and obviously a forward pass. Scrum.
Harry in. Harry scored the try. So Souths have scored the first try of the game. With Sully it was, not Bruce Harry. Taking the initiative again, catching Redcliffe unawares, and they go over and score the first three-pointer of the game. I must admit, I was looking at the replay, and it was hard to pick that one up. But let's see it again, and you'll see Brad Sully, the man who took the tap, going, we can't pick you up for a replay of that because we were showing you the previous one. But as it caught us napping, it also caught Redcliffe napping. And Brad Sully, very quick, you saw the first time to take the tap. So it's 5 points to 0. 3 points to 2, I should say. So Brad Sully scoring the first points, the first try for South. 7-1 the first scorers. Here's Meninga with a fairly simple kick. It's just a matter of accuracy. He's got it. 5-2. Sully's knocked it on. Now he's done that several times, either he or Bruce Harry, and they can ill afford to lose possession like that. Billy Johnston appeared to be packing with a loose arm there, but Redcliffe have got it. Part. Benson Pearce. Pearce striding through a gap. Benson. Great run by the veteran. They've still got an overlap if they use it properly. Atoy. Cherry. Stepping one. Stepping another. He'll score. No, he stopped short.
Penalty.
Yes, penalty, double movement. Doubling that from head on.
Well, that could be Redcliffe's chance they really needed. Only 4 minutes to go up to half-time, and Cherry, it did appear that he made that second movement. Here it is from the base of the ruck. There's a toy. The ball comes to Cherry. Nicely done from Cherry. Steps back inside, beats the cover defence, and it looked certain he was going to score, but a great effort there from Meninga just to tap his legs. There's Sully, takes him, and then it wasn't momentum at all. It was certainly a double movement. Good work there from Stan Scamp, and although Cherry's got the ball across the line, no chance of try.
What a good game this fellow's having. Stan Scamp as referee. Argyros. Player down hurt for South. Receiving treatment is Brad Sully, who made that courageous tackle. He's up on his feet. 3 minutes till half-time. Still 5-2 to the Magpies. Darryl Higgs. Lumbee at dummy half. Johnston. He's looking for Meninga. He's got it to him. The big fella bumps Benson out of the way. Didn't he hit Benson then? And another player's down too. Bobby Abbott hasn't moved. Lumbee. Oh, Meninga really means business today. 15.5 stone of brute strength. Billy Johnston pins his ears back. He's found Lumbee. He's got it to Harry. Harry looks for support. Darryl Higgs. Thompson. This is pressure stuff from South. The touch judges are on from both sides of the field.
Well, Malcolm Meninga on the rampage here. There's Bobby Abbott coming back to the scrum. He was concussed for quite a while, and it came about from this charge from Meninga. The inside pass here, a nice neat one, and Meninga crashes his hip, runs wide. There's Meninga taking the ball now. And then he takes on Abbott coming in low there. There's the arm to knock him away, and then crashes into Beats. And see you later, Big Artie, because Malcolm Meninga's here, and that's the sort of inspiring stuff they're going to need from Meninga today.
And Jones already throwing a punch in the first scrum he's packed in. He played in the third grade win by Redcliffe over Norths, Sully, but he's lost his first scrum. I think sensible that Bob Abbott left the field. There was a stoppage of some 5 minutes before they took the stretcher off the field, and he walked unaided over to the sideline, but severely concussed, I'd say. Who wouldn't be from running into the thigh of Mal Meninga? Phelan. We've got 2 minutes till half-time. 5-2 to Souths. From Sully to Lumbey. Bob Jones played hooker in the first 2 matches between these two sides, so he's no stranger. 1 tackle to go for Souths. Now look for Sully's kick. You can see Lumbey indicating it's going to go up. It'll be a bomb. Instead it goes to Harry. It's a field goal attempt. It's charged forward. Another shot at field goal, this time by Spencer, and it's hooked across. Yes, it's there. What a kick. Well, have a look at that one from end on. That was an amazing one. 2 field goal attempts. The first one charged down, and have you ever seen that before, Dave?
Never before, Peter. That could be the omen for South's day, because here it is, right back to Harry. Can only do one thing, and that's have a shot for field goal, because he's that far back. Jones does well to charge it down, and of all people, it lands right in the arms of Ken Spencer, around about 30 metres out to the right-hand side. Great set move this from South, and then Spencer just lines it up, and as cool as you like, bang, we'll have another go, and gets a 1-pointer out with only seconds to go before half-time.
In fact, the ball hits the post, as you can see, and goes in. So a 1-pointer. It gives South the lead of 6-2. We've only got seconds before half-time. The hooter's going now, and the referee must play on. So the first time the ball goes dead, it'll be half-time. Reardon. And there it is. So a 4-point advantage to the Magpies at half-time. 6 points to 2 and 21 points to 10. So who knows the value of a 1-pointer. 6-2 at half-time. The statistics in the scrums. South's lead surprisingly 7-6. Don't forget that Bob Jones has replaced Bob Abbott. And the penalties go Redcliffe's way 11-6. There's not much between the mistakes. Redcliffe have made 7 errors and South's 5. It's anyone's game still, Dave, but I still feel this heat might affect Redcliffe more than South.
I think it has, Peter, already. South looking the best side by far. They're finding gaps, they're backing up well, and of course their defence, I think that's what's really put them in such a good position. It's been impregnable. Everything Redcliffe has thrown at them has been just to no avail. Redcliffe have been disorganised. It seems everyone's waiting for Beetson to do something, and yet South have nullified Beetson, and they've done it well. So they've carried out McCarthy's instructions to the T. For Redcliffe to win it, they'll need a very big improvement.
Start of the second half, and South have come on full of fire and brimstone again. We saw Bruce Haskell call his players together and shout at them, geeing them on and trying to keep them in that high pitch of excitement and intense dedication for the task ahead. And Haskell's missed the first tackle that he's tried to make on Bunny Pearce, but he wasn't missed by Sully. It's funny, it seems more than a 4-point difference the way the first half went, Dave.
Yeah, South really dominated that first half. They made the most breaks, and they really had Redcliffe in problems for most of the 40 minutes. But this is a different half now. This is a different ball game. And Redcliffe have played their best football this year when they've had a challenge, when they've had their backs to the wall a couple of times. They've had players off. And here's an interesting penalty. This is well within Bunny Pearce's range. And it would surprise me if Pearce doesn't take the 2 points here. And it would be a good start in the second half for Redcliffe.
Bunny Pearce once again. So far he's kicked 1 out of 2, and here's his third attempt. It's over. A restart, and Tiny just couldn't quite pick it up. A good kick. So not much difference between these two sides. It may have looked like South's had the better of the first half, but Redcliffe are only 2 points behind. Harry, beautiful pass to Spencer. Aspel's got room to move. That pass could be forward. The referee's in good position to see. Play on. Yes.
South winning scrums and doing it well. They get in low and hard, and they stand deep from the base of the scrum, South, and they're making every endeavour to attack from this position. Sully clears the scrum well. Nice work from Harry to put Spencer away. Spencer then to Astle. Astle, desperate pass over the top. Meninga touches it, and there's Mick Waller's arm just to touch it. That was the knock on. Waller recovers, and a scrum went down. Differential penalty has subsequently gone to South, and they'll kick for touch.
For Redcliffe collapsing there in the front row of their scrum, which they've been doing quite a bit so far in the game. Strange when they're so much bigger, but this tactic of packing low and tight is working well for the Magpies. Adrian Higgs. Billy Johnston. Astle. Switch to the blind. Lumbey. Harry. Spencer to play it. Thompson. Sully. He's found Argyris. A tough little lock forward. One tackle left. Sully. Astle. Meninga. Reardon. Keeping it alive. And Phelan with nowhere to go except down. So no difference between the two sides. 6-4 to Souths, 5 minutes gone, second half. Very important next 10 minutes of play to see who can establish that superiority. A little bit cooler now, I feel. Pearce, Holmes, well tackled by Harry. Pearce, Tiny, almost overran it. Griffiths, oh, charging tackle by Daryl Higgs again. My geez, tackled well in this game. Cherry. McWallah. A chant coming up for South in front of our commentary position. They seem to be all South fans on this side. One tackle left. A grubber kick by Benson, and he's found touch just over halfway.
Interesting to have a look at the South scrum. They've done it every time that they've packed down so far. Billy Johnson isn't the first man to the scrum. He normally stands out of it, lets his front rowers go in. There he is looking at the scrum, and he says, right, now we get low. And then he goes in hard, and that's what Souths have been doing all day, and it's been effective for them. Not on that occasion. Redcliffe had the push on them.
He also had a loose arm in that scrum, as we can see. He hasn't got his arm around the neck of Daryl Higgs. But they've got the ball. Sully looked pretty surprised to get it too. Thompson, Harry. They've got the overlap if they can use it quickly. Spencer's into the line, but Meninga's muffed it. A toy. Only a shade over 10 stone, this fellow later a toy, born in the Solomon Islands. Works in a bank in Bougainville. Benson, Tiny. Great tackle, Astle. Pearce, Cherry. One of the famous footballing family from Roma, as are the Higgs. Griffiths. He's not having the same impact as he has in previous games, Peter Griffiths. Beatson. Park. One to go. Tony. Obst. There's the bomb. First pressure for Ken Spencer. He's dropped it. It's loose. The referee said knocked on by Bunny Pearce, and Spencer's hurt.
Plenty of pressure there from Spencer, but he really should have taken it. He was there was no defenders around him at that time the ball came down, and here's a vital scrum here now for South.
Souths have got it, but it's a penalty differential. Incorrect feed by Brad Sully. They might go the tap. There's no reason why not. Griffiths does. Now the pressure on the Magpies. Bobby Jones looking for the inside pass. He's found Tony Obst. Now Part on the right. And Beatson in behind him. So look for Beatson running on. Although Obst has tried to go through from dummy half, it's no try.
Tony Obst there tried a Masterman trick. Jeff Masterman did that in the game in Sydney yesterday. Obst tried to play the ball forward. You can kick the ball forward or any direction you like, providing you don't pick it up with the marker in front of you. So he tried to kick it through and dive on the ball, unsuccessful.
Meninga's restarts, a good kick. Tiny. Pearce has called for it, and Tiny's thrown such a good dummy, he fell over. A toy. With all the fire and determination in the world, but can't get through that defence. Waller. Phelan making his second tackle. Now Redcliffe lined out very deep, and Beatson's running onto Griffiths, but doesn't get it. Pearce. Benson. Part. Last tackle. The bomb again. More pressure for Spencer. Bunny Pearce knocks it down. Yes, he's given the try.
How did Bunny Pearce hang on to that one? The ball bounced back to him. He seemed to just wedge between his thigh and his arm, and Bunny Pearce has still hung on to it to go across for the try.
Behind his back.
Unbelievable stuff from Bunny Pearce. Probably one of the best handlers in the game, and that's why Bunny says he's retiring, but gee, he's still got those brilliant ball skills. The perfect bomb from Tony Obston. Spencer getting heaps of pressure. There it goes. Up she goes. Spencer underneath it, but boy, these are hard to take. He keeps his eye on the ball. He does everything right, but he just doesn't take the ball, and that's the most important thing. There's the ball coming down. Tiny obstructs him. Here comes Bunny Pearce. Hooks it somehow. Brilliant reactions there from Bunny Pearce. Holds it behind his back. How did he do it? I can't believe it. And Bunny Pearce grounds the ball.
Well, look at it again from head on, and you'll see that the ball actually hits the shoulder of Ian Tynee. There's the kick by Obst. It's got plenty of height, and that's the secret with a bomb, to give your players time to get up there. They're all onside. Now watch Pearce come charging through. Tynee gets there first onto Spencer. Here's Tynee coming into the right of frame. Stan Scamp in perfect position. And Pearce in behind there. Goes off the shoulder of Tynee. It's behind Pearce's back. See? He's got it behind his back. And he's kicked the goal as well. But Bunny Pearce scoring a try with the ball tucked in behind the small of his back. That gives Redcliffe a 9-6 lead. He's kicked the goal. So Bunny Pearce having a tremendous farewell game here for the Dolphins. He's scored all of their points so far. A try and 2 goals from 3 attempts. Voila. In fact, that's his 3rd goal. That makes the total of 9 points. Top kick. That keeps them pinned in their own half. Good tactics, Dave.
Oh, great work from Obson. The perfect kick. Spencer falling for the trap, really, of standing that little bit too flat, but you couldn't blame him with such a terrific kick from Tony Obst. Redcliffe have done the right thing. They mustn't get offside now. They must stand there and hold South inside their own territory and force South to kick to them and possibly get possession around about the halfway.
I just can't get over that try by Pearce. I've never seen a try scored in my whole career with a player scoring with the ball behind his back. Probably there'll be some debate about whether it was forced, but it looked like it, quite legally. Downward pressure on the ball. And there's a penalty to South, and boy, they really need that at this stage.
Did they ever? And Stan Scamp right on the ball there, because they weren't. They had a double marker to try and harass the kicker, but he wasn't standing square on. So bad mistake from Redcliffe. They were forcing South to put the kick down. Now South have got 6 tackles and they'll work the ball upfield.
Phelan playing it. Sully, Lumbey. The question is, can South rally after that setback? Very demoralising to have a try scored like that. Spencer must be feeling the pressure. Sully, Harry. Bruce Harry's fended off Benson and hit the clear. He's looked for support. Found Thompson. And Thompson picked up by the covered fence.
What a great game Bruce Harry's having.
Meninga. Harry. Beautiful pass. Although Lumbey couldn't get his hands to it. The direction was good. 1 to go. Now, will it be a kick or will they run it? Argyros tries the kick, and that's a beautiful kick. Well, I didn't know Billy Argyros had the kicking skills, but he's developing them. Plummer from West End.
He's had a tigerous little game as well, Argyros. He's been in everything, as has the whole South midget pack. And they've looked very well organised, South. They've done everything with a purpose.
Again, South's going in too early. And they've won the scrum. Argyros. Harry. Good pass to Spencer. Here's the gap for Astle. Meninga. Thompson. But there's heaps of cover defence there. He has to come back inside. Finds Meninga. And the big fellow wrapped up.
South opening them up with Spencer coming into the back line from those scrums.
Thompson, Sully, Lumbey. With the Redcliffe defensive pattern very tight. Harry on the blind side. He's having a whale of a game, the youngster. And Bruce Harry copped one in the tackle, but playing it back. Sully. Argyros, caught by Obst. Tony Obst also playing his heart out. Johnston, Spencer, Astle picked that out of the air beautifully. Ran onto the ball with tremendous purpose. Playing it forward, Bruce Astle, top try scorer in the Brisbane Premiership. And he's got a penalty, 2 markers.
A penalty there for being offside. Astle tapped the ball forward, picked the ball up, and because the marker wasn't standing directly in front, he was therefore inside the 5 metres. Penalty going to South. Astle now with the decision of just what to do. I think 2 points are on offer, but no, he's decided for Billy Johnson to take the tap.
So they need to score the try here from these 6 tackles. A long pass finds Lumbey. The wiry, long-striding second rower. Tackled by Part, who's hurt his leg. Meninga. He's lost it. And Pearce there, as always. Holmes. Well, if Bunny Pearce doesn't come out a winner in this game, it won't be his fault. And Holmes is down. Chris Holmes okay after getting treatment for a back injury. Tiny. Now it's Redcliffe's job to ruck the ball out. Look for Tony Obst kicking here. You'll see them ruck it out 3 or 4 times, and then Obst will drive the ball deep. Either he or Pearce. Jones. Griffiths. Now the last tackle. There's Obst. There's the kick. And Spencer has taken it well. That'll do the world of good for his confidence. Having dropped the last 2 bombs, he's beaten a player. Ken Spencer's done very well this season to keep out Steve Glynn, who's very good under the bomb. So play midway between Redcliffe's quarter and halfway. Redcliffe lead 9 points to 6. Sully. Reardon. Stepped inside, a swinging arm from Beatson. Referees indicating it was only chest high. Sully. He's dummied them. He's broken clear. He's got Lumbey in support, but overran him. He should have let the ball go, I think. Lumbey was unmarked.
So,
offside.
Professional penalty. Ian Tiny elected there to basically give the 2 points away. South must take the 2. It's a grand final. 9-6 and a gift 2 points with still 17 minutes to go. But Tiny decided Redcliffe in heaps of trouble. He thought the try was on, so he decided to give away a penalty.
Now, if Meninga kicks this goal, the difference will be only 1 point. It's almost straight in front. A simple kick. Yes, 9-8. So it'll be a long kick, I think, from Bunny Pearce. Trying to stick to these tactics. Look, you see Spencer is up too far. The idea is to keep Souths pinned inside their own quarter. Harry showing him the way. Go up there, Gary. He's gained 11 metres. I think South should reply with the same tactics, Dave. Give it to Meninga to boot back downfield again.
It's the only way to do it. South are going to find it hard to ruck out against Redcliffe. I'm sure they'll take just a couple of tackles. Meninga standing very wide, and it's unlikely that he's going to be the man who's going to be putting any kicks downfield.
Down the other kickers, Harry and Argerus, and they are the short kickers as a rule. Adrian Higgs, Harry. This fella's got good control of the ball. Wisely held onto it. Lumbey. Punching defence from Redcliffe. 1 to go. Now Meninga's directly behind the ruck. Here's his kick. It's low. It's angled towards the wing. And who's there to pick it up? As always, Bunny Pearce. Same age as Bobby Fulton, but Bobby Fulton in the stands and Bunny Pearce still playing on. Waller. Over halfway.
Mick Waller's also had a good game. A couple of times in the match he's come in defence and sniped the opposition, and he's certainly done his part for Redcliffe this afternoon.
Bulldozing run from Peter Griffiths. Part. Obst. Benson. Stepping inside. Found the support in Colin Part. He's lost the ball. Souths have it. Phelan playing it. Part's down. Johnston. Colin Part getting treatment. Play going on. Sally. Oh, knocked on by Adrian Higgs. South can't afford those mistakes.
Here it is again, the scrum formation of South. Billy Johnson holding them back, getting his scrum ready, getting it tight.
He's won it. Certainly the tactics working. The scrums at this stage are 11-7 to Souths. Aspel. Good defence from Bleakley and Cherry. And Bleakley just rubs his face in the ground for good measure. Meninga. Give this fellow 1 metre of room and he's dynamite. But he hasn't even got a metre yet. Oliphant's on the field, replacing the injured Colin Part. So Greg Oliphant finally has won the reward for season of perseverance. He's already played the reserve grade grand final, which they won. And a nice break over the halfway line by Adrian Higgs. Johnston, Argyros, Harry. Little burst of acceleration. Aspel's broken through. Found Billy Johnston. Now Lumbie's overrun him again. He's done that twice.
Lumbie a little bit unfortunate. There was a real stop-start movement. Redcliffe propping them up every now and then, and Lumbie is doing his best to get there. It might happen that he backs up 9 out of 10 times, might miss out, but that 10th one could be the difference.
Greg Oliphant, a very good feeder of the scrum. Be interesting to see what happens from here on. This scrum count 11-7 South's way at the moment. They've won that one. Tiny, Pearce. An up and under tackle made by Ken Spencer. Mick Waller. Didn't score a try right throughout the season in fixtures, but he's a good big match player, Mick Waller. Griffiths. He went through the tackle of Darryl Higgs, and that's no easy task. Tiny. Beatson. It's been kept quiet, the big fellow. Jones. Oliphant using the tactical kick. Chipped over the top, driving South's back. That's good tactics.
Delicate stuff from Ollie, a perfectly calculated chip kick, rolling end over end. He's practiced that time and time again and landed a good 10 or 15 metres in from touch and then rolled on. Good position for Redcliffe now to attack.
Sully's feed, South's ball. Tackled by Holmes on the quarter line. Argyros. Phelan. Oh, and Jones put one on over, or Oliphant it was, put one in over the top. That was unnecessary.
A silly play there from Oliphant. That's just giving away territory, and that's valuable territory for Redcliffe. They can't afford to let South out of their own half as easily as this. Meninga sure to make at least the halfway, and now puts South in a good position to carry on their attack.
Spoiling the good work that he did with the kick, Oliphant. Higgs. South lined out very deep. Sully. The other Higgs, that's Adrian. Doesn't matter which one, I suppose. They both do the work of two men. Sully. Aspel. Meninga winding up. And a good tackle too by O'Toole and Spencer. Stopped him in his tracks on the halfway. Redcliffe 9, Souths 8. 23 minutes gone in the second half of the 81 grand final. Sully. Harry. Lumbie. Bit of room to move for Lumbie. Phelan's lost it. Knocked on. No. Play on. Waller. No, the referee's called it back. I thought so. He's just waiting for an advantage. It was knocked on.
Stan Scamp really hasn't put a foot wrong this afternoon. Controversial appointment initially. Eddie Ward was then appointed by the board, and now Stan Scamp comes in to make his last game, and he's having a beauty.
Easier than rounding up sheep at Muttaburra or wherever. Harry, Aspel, Harry doubling round, giving the ball to Meninga, who's under pressure from Atoy. Reardon. South's pressured all the way despite their deep formation. Johnston. The boy from Cunnamulla, who originally came down to Brothers as a 5'8", so he's got the attacking skills, Billy Johnston. Adros. Clever stepping run. Lumby. Scott Meninga on the blind side, looking for the ball, but doesn't get it. And the referee's seen a bit of something put in, and Meninga's indicating he wants to have a shot. I think Griffiths is going to be called over. Yes.
Well, Redcliffe may rue these silly penalties there too in a matter of a couple of minutes, and Meninga must have another shot for goal. Here's Lumby. He goes from dummy half. Nothing on at all, and getting near the end of the 6 tackles. It was a stupid penalty here from Griffiths. There goes Lumby, and really he was going nowhere. Griffiths, no, that was Tony Obbs who came in. Griffiths then comes in to assist and starts putting a bit of work in, and that's just stupid play from Griffiths, and Meninga now with a chance to put South in front.
That high tackle is the reason why some rugby league players sport broken noses and no front teeth. Not referring to my co-commentator. I'm glad I'm sitting up here in the safety of the box, Dave.
Well, this has been a terrific match today. Not one of those players out there has asked to have given any quarter. The closeness of the scores has kept the interest. It's been a tough, hard final, and really I think everyone here could be well satisfied with the performance of both sides today.
I still wouldn't like to pick who's going to win. Certainly very even. 9-8 the score. Redcliffe lead. Meninga, who's kicked 2 out of 2 so far, has this shot to give South the lead. It's hooked around. He's missed it. Tiny. He didn't hit that one at all well. So the score remains Redcliffe 9, South's 8. 13 minutes to go in the grand final. Player hurt.
Bob Jones, Redcliffe's replacement hooker.
Bob Jones has recovered after a leg injury. I think perhaps the pressure of playing that reserve grade grand final might be telling on him. The reserve grade grand final was won by Redcliffe as South have got possession.
And there, Tony Obbs standing no more than 5 metres behind the ruck. The kick was obviously on, and gee, much too close there for Obbs, and he's given that ball back to South.
Remember that one score will do it for either side. Oh, and Reardon not watching the ball.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. The players are feeling it. Only 12 minutes out there, and this is what they've trained hard for all year.
Let me give you the scores in the early games. The reserve grade Redcliffe defeated South's 26-15. They also won the third grade, defeating North's 33-12. And the Sir James Foots Cup went to Clontarf, who beat Cairns 26-23. Sully. Adros. Harry, a wide ruck again. Meninga winding up. Got the pass back, touched the hand of Lumby into the hands of Bruce Harry. Reardon keen to atone for that last mistake. A strong run too from this winger. On the blind side, Darryl Higgs. Dummied Meninga. Pulled down by Waller and Cherry. Thompson. Meninga. The big fellow got his pass away to Thompson. Keeping it alive. Adros, Harry. He's clever on his feet, this fellow. Still working the ball around. From Thompson to Sully. And Beatson puts a stop to all that. One tackle left. Adros, Lumby, Aspel. Oh, and nobody wanted it. Spencer. Harry pointing the way he wants him to go. They're keeping it moving. Thompson. That's not bad tactics, actually. And Bunny Pearce flies above the pack like an Australian rules full forward. He's taken the ball and he's got the knock. Well, Bunny Pearce has taken that ball like Peter Hudson, who's still playing down in Tasmania, they tell me, like an Australian rules full forward. He soared above the pack, plucked the ball out of the air, and took all the bumps, but held on. Beatson. And the old warhorse is down. He's got that rib injury again, I think. Jones. Beatson's recovered, although he's not really 100% today. I think the heat might have sapped his energy a bit, but not so Tony Obst. Having a blinder of a game. He almost lost that ball. Yes, the referee has ruled a knock on.
Well, mistakes coming, and just one mistake here could cost a grand final. Only 10 minutes to go. There's still some very heavy defence going in. A great ruck from Obst. But now he's feeling the pinch, and there's been some great defence in both sides.
He's got a cramp, and his veteran teammate Greg Oliphant helping him out. Southall got the ball after Obst had some treatment from Greg Oliphant. There's 9 minutes left, and 1 point the difference. 9 points to 8. Redcliffe can't afford to give away any silly penalties. Phelan. Scrums of 13-12 Redcliffe's way. Penalties of 13-12. Scrums of 15-9 to Souths. After at half-time they were 8-6 to Souths. Last tackle. Sully. This is the time when fitness counts, and courage and stamina. The last 10 minutes. Have it in again. Once again, Redcliffe win the scrum. Holmes. And who's there to take it up? Bunny Pearce. What a great game he's had.
And once again, that double mark and not standing square on. Ardros just a little bit over keen. Penalty going to Redcliffe, and won't they welcome this one?
Obst. Jones takes the tap. Griffiths. He's lost it. Ardros is there. The South supporters sensing that this must be a crucial time for their team. 8 minutes to go. Phelan. Bruce Astle calling the move to his teammates, directing them to the right-hand side of the field. Lumby. Slipped it to Ardros. Ardros bursting onto the pass. This little fella's got a heart like Farlow. Sully. Harry. There's a big gap, but he elects to pass. Astle. That pass looked forward to me. Meninga. Thompson's lost it anyway. And we'll have the scrum.
And Beatson there elected to go for the intercept, and Astle held it up well. Dummy to Meninga, created the overlap, and I agree with you, Peter. I thought it looked like a forward pass. Stan Scamp let it go, but the ball eventually being knocked on.
Souths have won another scrum. The key one too. Sully. Can Redcliffe hold up under this pressure? They've been deprived of the ball for the last 10 or 15 minutes. 7 minutes to go in the grand final. Redcliffe 9, Souths 8. Phelan. Ten metres out. Johnston. Back to Harry for a shot at field goal. It's low, and it's missed. The tactics were good.
Well, that could have made it 9-all, but now Redcliffe with the 22-metre tap can relieve a lot of pressure. He needed to kick it. The idea was right, but once you miss it, you're surrendering possession.
Afterwards, you can say the tactics were wrong. Of course, a penalty would have put them in front, or a try. Tiny.
Redcliffe look like they've stopped or walked to me. They're really not running onto the ball with any enthusiasm. South seem to be the side with all the drive.
Beatson trying to G himself up. If you look at that Redcliffe side, there's a few players on the wrong side of 30 out there, including the two substitutes, Tiny and Oliphant. A driving tackle from Meninga.
Oliphant could be just the man to get them working now. He's a great little halfback. He stands on his feet, great little team halfback, and gets his side going.
Jones to play it on halfway. 5 minutes left in the grand final. Redcliffe lead by 1 point, 9-8. An Obst kick is out in the full. Well, he's had a big game. It's one of the few mistakes he's made. Pearce. Sully cuts him down. Oliphant. Benson. Harry and Lumbey, the two tacklers. 10 metres from halfway. Holmes. Waller. Four minutes left. 9-8 to Redcliffe. Both teams slowing almost to a walk. And not the wingers. Later a toy. McWaller, last tackle. Beatson. It's found Holmes. But that's 6.
We haven't seen Redcliffe put too much chain passing together, and with only a couple of minutes to go, they'll have to play it safe. What an important scrum this one's going to be. Redcliffe just hanging on. It just seems that they're just hanging in there. And I still feel with South with the ball in this last few minutes could still come back.
Sully's feed. Both hookers' feet appeared to come across the tunnel, but Souths have got it. Spencer. Beat the tackle of Griffiths, but couldn't beat Waller. Not marked. So plays it forward. I get the feeling Souths have got a little bit more fitness at the end of the game.
Well, it must be remembered Redcliffe didn't play last week. They came straight into the grand final, and that's certainly going against them at the moment.
That's the gamble. Straight to a toy. Bunny Pearce. He's been everywhere today. He's scored the try. He's kicked the goals, 3 out of 4, and he's taken the bomb when it's been needed. Three minutes left. 9-8 the score still, with Redcliffe leading. Well, the player down injured is having some treatment from the Redcliffe trainer. But at this stage, Dave, what would your tactics be if you were Souths?
Well, Peter, they must get the ball for first. They must strike at the ball. They must do everything to get possession. There's only 3 minutes to go. Redcliffe are obviously going to tighten it up. They must play it tight now, take no chances, and Souths must look to get the ball. Let's see if they strike for this one.
Even 19-year-old Steve Bleakley feeling the effects with that leg injury. Benson. Both teams seizing up with cramps in these last minutes of a very torrid game. The first half played in searing heat. Cherry. Only one try apiece. Sully in the 10th minute, and Pearce scoring in the 49th for Redcliffe. Beatson going in like a battering ram. Has said that this isn't his last season. He wants to come back next year, but at 37 might be a bit too old. Griffiths. Just solid, tight, up the middle, no-nonsense football from Redcliffe. Pearce. Both sides taking a long while to get to their feet after tackles. And the touch judge is on the field, so too is Peter Lease. And Steve Bleakley has left the field. So another veteran on. It's really Dad's army out there now with Peter Lease, 34-year-old veteran, who scored 4 tries in the first match this season between these two teams. But that penalty gives Souths their vital chance. Bruce Astill decides he wants it banged into touch. And now they're in the scoring zone.
Let's wonder if they go for a field goal. They're certainly going to have a go for a try first up, and then a field goal's always at last resort.
2 minutes left. Redcliffe lead by 1 point, 9-8. Souths have used up 1 tackle. Phelan. Strong run from the 1981 Rothmans medalist. 2 tackles gone. The crowd going berserk. Lumbey's left it on the ground, knocked back. Sully picks it up, 3 tackles. Meninga coming across to the right, but it goes to the left. Daryl Higgs. That's 4 gone. Now Spencer's in behind the ruck. He's calling for the ball. It's gone to Sully. Sully trying to set himself for a kick. He's made the half break. 5 tackles gone. 1 minute left. They're running it. Phelan. Meninga. Reardon will score, I think. He's in. That could be the one that wins it. Mick Reardon's gone berserk. So too is the crowd. And that puts Souths in front. 11 points to 9. The kick to come. Could be third time lucky.
Yeah, it is third time lucky, and Souths are ecstatic. Great work from Phelan to get this side of the ruck. He knew there was that Redcliffe were in trouble. So did Meninga. Quick hands from Meninga. Bang out to Reardon. Reardon's on the spot to score the try. He goes for the corner. Toy infield. He can't get to him. There goes Reardon in the corner. That's the winning try. That's a grand final try. And really, Souths, I think, had deserved to win this match. It would have been an injustice, I think, because Redcliffe haven't done one thing in the second half apart from put that bomb in there. They haven't been able to get out of their own half. And there goes Mickey Reardon with plenty of room to move. The cover defence coming across, but a toy isn't going to get to him. Mickey Reardon scores a grand final winning try, a premiership try, and Souths get their just desserts. Good.
There's Meninga's kick. That could be the icing on the cake. The crowd's gone berserk. The players are running around with their hands high above their heads, and Souths take the premiership back to Davies Park for the first time in 28 years. The last time they won it was back in 1953, and Mick Reardon sets the seal on a fairy tale finish. Third time lucky for Bob McCarthy's Magpies, and they win the 1981 premiership and the Winfield Cup, defeating Redcliffe 13 points to 9.
The ABC Winfield Try Award of $100 must be the grand final winning try, scored by Mick Reardon, and from the time Reardon took the ball to when he put it down in the corner was all but a second, but it must have felt like a lifetime for South supporters.
It's gone to Sully. Sully trying to set himself for a kick. He's made the half break. 5 tackles gone. 1 minute left. They're running it. Phelan. Meninga. Reardon will score, I think. He's in. That could be the one that wins it.